All right, here we go. Welcome in. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of you out there are getting set to have a fantastic weekend. On today's show, 49ers still have a massive question mark at starting right tackle. So we're going to take a look at the top available free agent right tackles on the market. On Tuesday during our live show, we talked about some draft prospects at that position, who the Niners could look to draft at the end of April. But today, free agency guys still available. Before we begin, though, I want to thank everybody out there for your continued support of us here on the 49ers Report. Myself, producer Trizzy Trace, we've been grinding, we've been hustling, giving you multiple shows per day throughout free agency. And ever since I took over the channel in April of 2021, we've been able to grow it. I took over at about 30,000 subscribers, and last night, got the notification we officially reached another milestone of 80,000 subscribers. Now, make sure that you keep on tuning in because we put in an order for a Jerry Rice jersey. Once it comes in, we're going to celebrate this milestone live. But next up on the docket for our accomplishments and achievements, it's 100,000 subscribers. That brings you to the upper echelon of all YouTubers out there, and we're starting new on our new goal here. Currently at 80,000 subscribers, Trace, and now 20,000 people away from 100,000 subscribers. When that happens, YouTube will send us a plaque, and we are going to go bananas here on the show. Once again, just wanted to pay a thank you to everybody out there. Before we take a look at these right tackles, today's show is made possible thanks to our friends at Roan. I am wearing their commuter shirt right now, and their commuter collection, which offers the world's most comfortable dress pants, polos, quarter zips, and more, can have you looking fresh, going from 18 holes of golf to work, vice versa, or if you're hosting shows here at Chat Sports. You know what? When you think about dress shirts, right? Isn't it a pain when they don't fit, when they're a little bit too long, loose fitting in the chest as well as in the arms, and they have that crappy material? It sucks. How about pants? Such a pain when they're uncomfortable, tight, too loose, or never your size. Or you can't match them with anything in your closet. Put an end to that with the commuter collection. For the Niner gang, 20% off your order at roan.com/chatsports. Use the promo code chatsports. Looking good is easy, and it's time to feel confident without the hassle. And with Roan's wrinkle release technology, the more you wear their products, the wrinkles release over time. Forget the dry cleaner, folks. So, one more time, RHONE.com/chatsports. Promo code chatsports for 20% off your order. With that, drum roll, please. The top right tackles who San Francisco could still sign in NFL free agency. Let's begin with George Fant here. Formerly of the New York Jets, it does not look as though he is going to return to that organization. Spent the majority of 2022 playing right tackle, has the experience to play at left tackle as well. Per Pro Football Focus, Fant didn't have a good year in 2022. Allowed 5 sacks and 27 quarterback pressures a year ago. Good for an overall Pro Football Focus grade of 48.4. We're talking about him first because I think he is on the bottom of the list for right tackle options for the Niners. Tackle number 2, Brandon Shell. Some people familiar with him because he played some for the Seattle Seahawks. After being with Seattle for 2 years, he was the Dolphins' right tackle in 2022 under head coach Mike McDaniel. And according to PFF, he actually earned a better grade than George Fant. 64.9 overall grade from him. He would be a scheme fit under Kyle Shanahan because of his experience playing in Mike McDaniel's system, which of course he learned thanks to the tutelage of Kyle Shanahan. So we're 2 names in, some more to go to. But first, we want to hear from you down in the comment section right now. What would you rather do at right tackle if you were running things and football operations for this organization? Would you rather draft one, type D, sign one in free agency, which is the purpose of this show, type S? Tackle number 3, Cameron Fleming. Mike McGlinchey is pretty much replacing Cameron Fleming. He's no longer going to be the right tackle. McGlinchey is after getting the bag, and my goodness, did he get paid handsomely. Fleming started last year and certainly had an up and down, somewhat of a choppy campaign. He would be a stopgap option for San Francisco. A little bit older than some of the players who we're talking about. At 30 years old, he has played both tackle spots. I do believe that versatility is pretty important. Solid in the ground game, which is, of course, important in Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme, as well as in the pass game. Donovan Smith might be the most noteworthy name on this list. might be the best player among the players who we're breaking down on today's 49ers Report. He is one of the better tackles, not just on the show today, but one of the better tackles in the National Football League. Here's the issue with him. He's primarily a left tackle. Still only 29 years old, been in the league for a little while, was holding it down, protecting for Tom Brady. You would have to convince him to play right tackle, which he has never done before in his NFL career. But last year, solid campaign for him, although it was a down year for that Bucs offensive line in its entirety. 908 snaps, 633 of them coming via pass blocking snaps, was whistled 12 times for penalties, gave up 6 sacks, 7 hits allowed, 31 pressures, not a good number. That's something that obviously he's trying to improve. An overall Pro Football Focus grade of 58.1, pass blocking grade of 70, run blocking grade of 41.5. But as I said, that entire Bucs offensive line was really, really bad. One of my favorite names on this list is Isaiah Wynn. He's a young player. He has pedigree. Just 27 years old, former first-round pick in 2018 out of Georgia by the New England Patriots. And this is a guy who's shown some flashes of being a very solid player, but can he put it all together? Can the Niners develop a player like this? And can you get him for a bargain-based type of contract in which you get good bang for your buck? Whether it's short-term and or little money, he ends up maximizing, playing really well, and then you have your answer at right tackle if you don't address this with another player or in the NFL draft. Now, Wynn's season cut short because of a foot injury. 9 games, 7 starts for New England, 423 snaps, so his workload a little bit lesser than Donovan Smith. 229 pass blocking snaps. He had 9 penalties, gave up 4 sacks, 2 hits allowed, 17 pressures in those 229 pass blocking snaps. Overall Pro Football Focus grade of 54.6. League average is 70, by the way. Pass blocking grade of 52.8. Run blocking grade of 63.2. 9 games and 7 starts, obviously, because of that aforementioned foot injury. Here's the thing about those Pro Football Focus grades. Sometimes you really dive into them, right? And they do tell a story. Sometimes they're a little bit too analytical and nerdy for me. A wild card option that's picking up some steam in some NFL circles, DJ Fluker. Also spent some time with the Seattle Seahawks, Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, but was drafted in the first round by the Los Angeles Chargers back in 2013, and obviously they were the San Diego Chargers. He worked out at Alabama's Pro Day a couple of days ago throughout this week, has not played since 2020. And you look at his body transformation. This is why a lot of people are talking about him on social media. They're looking at him and they're saying, look, he got rid of the gut. He slimmed down a little bit. Looks to be pretty athletic. He was drafted in the first round at one point. Can he tap into that potential and maybe have a resurgence in his NFL career? Certainly looks great here in terms of his athleticism. Looked to be moving pretty well in that Alabama Pro Day too. A lot of people liked him coming out of Alabama, but with the Los Angeles Chargers did not live up to first-round expectations. The thing I like about him, I don't like that he hasn't played in a couple of years, but what I do like, he can literally play almost any position on the offensive line outside of center. Right tackle snaps throughout his career, more than 2,300. Has played a lot of right guard, really primarily there, at more than 3,700 snaps. He's played left tackle on 306 snaps, 108 games played in his career, which does include 96 starts. So if San Francisco were to take a flyer on him, you think about him as maybe an option who you bring in as a training camp body, maybe he ends up playing really well. Although, color me skeptical too, because he hasn't played in a couple of years. So with that, our poll question to round things out here, which tackle among the 6 that we discussed do you like the best? And as I said, go back and watch our live show from Tuesday. We talked about some draft options as well, free agency options on today's show. Drop us a name down in the comment section, share your thoughts, and as always, appreciate all of you for watching.